So the final heat, Ohio State. No football uniforms for this. They wore football uniforms when they entered for the medley relay heat. Michigan coming out. They'll be right next to them in lane 2. I love that. They'll be looking at each other. Texas, good young swimmers. 2 freshmen and a sophomore on this Texas team. Virginia, Alex Walsh will swim first, but we mentioned no Gretchen Walsh. Tennessee has experienced Brooklyn Douthright first, Josephine Fuller anchor. Stanford, we'll start with Caroline Bricker. There's the Stanford team, 3rd in last year's NCAAs. Tennessee was 2nd. And here's the defending national champions. That's right, this is the team that won last year, Florida. Bella Sims will swim first, Emma Wyant 3rd.
And both of those swimmers were on that team last year, Ted.
And USC will be in lane 8. So there's the first question that someone who doesn't know asks the person who does know. Virginia in the finals of this last year, 6:51. And their seed time for this year, 6:44. What's the difference?
Faster, right?
Yeah.
They averaged 141 flat. That's how good that relay was when they broke that record last month. However, they do not have Claire Curzan's 140.8, and they don't have Gretchen Walsh's 139.3. Both of them were on the record-setting 200 medley relay, but are not on this 800 free relay. So that definitely gives hope to a lot of other teams in this heat.
And Virginia in lane 4 in the middle. Their seed time 5.7 seconds faster than the second best seed time in this field.
And they are going with their 2 best swimmers and the ones that have the most experience. Leading off, Alex Walsh. You know what she's capable of doing. Not quite as versatile as her swimmer, but boy, she is I mean, she swam breaststroke on their relay in the 200 medley relay. So yeah, she's very versatile, but coming off a double. And then there's Amy Canny, who's going 2nd for Virginia. They are the big guns as far as the experience. They're going with 2 freshmen, though, on the last 2 legs.
Yeah. And Florida up top, Bella Sims. We saw her swim so well at the SEC championships, and she goes out fast in lane 7, 2nd from the top, as does Stephanie Balducini for Michigan in lane 2, 2nd from the bottom.
Boy, she's had a bounce-back year. I mean, she was brilliant last year as a freshman for Florida, all the way through SEC's NC2As, and certainly this year at SEC. The only disappointment was last summer not making that Olympic team, but boy, she is really starting to move now and leading Florida in a big way. She did it at SECs, as you mentioned, and the Gators are going to have a big lead coming off the first leg.
Well, right now it is, you hear a lot of Michigan roaring as Balducini swimming an excellent first 200.
And Virginia might be 7th or 8th, or 6th anyway.
But Michigan has the lead at 200 with Stanford 2nd and USC 3rd, and Virginia 5th.
Sims slipped back to 4th. She was 2nd at the 150.
So Aurora Roher in the pool for Stanford. They're 3rd from the top. It is Hannah Bellard for Michigan.
Nobody's going 6:44 here. That's for sure. Virginia's not going 6:44. There they are right there. They still have a shot to win. They are not out of it. We got a long way to go on this relay, but nobody's breaking any records that Virginia set just last month.
Right now it's going to be Stanford and Michigan at the 300 touch. Stanford actually with the slight edge. Florida 3rd, USC 4.
What a job Stanford did on that 200 medley relay.
A lot
of teams, though, Ted, right in the thick of it, right? You got a couple of 141 leadoffs and the 150 mark here.
Well, the field is evening up a little bit, and Amy Canty's making up some room for Virginia.
She is. She is. They were fifth at the 200 mark.
Now, this is going to be Stanford. What a leg by Aurora Rookhair. Stanford will have the lead at 400. And a decent lead it is. A second and a half over USC that is second and Michigan third.
Just under 142 flat for Rookhair. 141.9 for her, and Stanford's got a nice little body length lead. Boy, I tell you, Greg Meehan, obviously a great coach, Olympic head coach back in 2020, and you know what? He has done the job for the Cardinals. They don't have the depth they once had back then when they had Simone Manuel Ledeckis. We mentioned that earlier. But boy, he has done a good job with the small nucleus of the group this year.
And right now, Stanford has pulled out more than a body length ahead with Lily Nordman in the pool. I mean, this is a real surprise. Virginia turns third with Anna Mesh in the pool, a freshman.
They were seeded fourth. Stanford was fourth coming into this race. They're not going to get fourth here.
I mean, this is just Stanford lengthening.
Yeah.
To see this kind of several body length lead.
Well, we're talking about Rookhair going 141. We had two 141s there for Stanford to kick things off.
Well, Rookhair is going to give the lead. Nordman is going to give the lead to Kayla Wilson.
They are over almost 4 seconds ahead of anybody else.
An amazing lead for Stanford as Kayla Wilson enters for the final 200. Actually, Virginia comes up a terrific swim there by Mesh. She got Virginia into second with Katie Grimes in. Michigan third and USC fourth. I mean, there's 150 to go. Could you have seen this?
No. I mean, I knew Virginia was going to be not as strong of a favorite, obviously, but I certainly didn't see the dominance that Stanford is having right here.
And I've got to also point out the defending champions, Florida, are not even in the mix here. Well back.
Stanford is going to win this by a mile. It's not even close.
We're just head shaking here. Tennessee, Josephine Fuller making a little push. Tennessee may try to grab second here as we're in the final 100. A lot of roaring in the crowd for the fights for second, third, and fourth. It is all Stanford right now. And as Virginia, Katie Grimes is pulled into second. They'll turn at second for the final 25 here. But what a performance by Stanford, not just to win, but to dominate. Wow. 6:46.98. Almost 5 seconds faster than their seed time. Virginia gets second. Florida with an excellent finish there by Florida to get third. Texas fourth.
Wow.
Look at that. But how about the reaction as the Stanford swim team now celebrates on the deck.
There's Tori Husk, who just split 20.3 on the 50 free. What a start for the Cardinal.
Yeah, how nice is that for a school, an incredible swim history to say, hey, don't forget about us.
Yeah, 142 plus, and you're right, the history. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, one of only 3 teams, well, I should say one of only 2 teams in history ever to win 5 NCAA championships in a row.
So there is your finish. And what will happen is that Wisconsin, or excuse me, Indiana will jump up and take 8th.
Right.
Indiana's time of 6:55.14 will place them 8th.
Well, we knew if one slipped up, Indiana would have a chance.
And the results, there you see the summary results with Indiana getting the 8th place points. And so the 2 relays to begin these national championships, reverse order. Virginia 1, Stanford 2 in the medley. They reverse it in the free.
They're dead even.
And that is some swim for Stanford. Let's hear from them with Elizabeth.
All right, ladies of Stanford, that reaction after your race said it all. Aurora, did you guys come into tonight expecting to win this 800 free relay by almost 5 seconds?
No, I mean, I think anything's possible with this group, so I never doubt us, but this is amazing. I'm so happy.
Lily, how much momentum does this win give the Stanford Cardinal throughout the rest of the week?
So much momentum. This whole season, our thing has been believe in belief, and so we're just going to carry this momentum into the next couple of days.
It is working, ladies. Keep believing. Congratulations, NCAA champions, Stanford Cardinal.